So when it comes to health and healing chronic illnesses in general, you have to know what is natural for the human body. And what is natural for the human body is the human body is actually an alkaline body. We are an alkaline species. There's this talk going on about alkaline versus acidity, but it's really easy to test. Just consume a more alkaline diet for like a whole month, and then you can see it's clear. Now, I already knew about the human body being alkaline. I just don't understand the science behind it, the specifics. I read a little bit about it, how so the alkaline and acidity is about pH, and then different parts of the body have different pH, and then this pH is important for activating and deactivating certain proteins, enzymes, cell-to-cell communication in the body. When the pH is changed, the body is really good at restabilizing and then buffering to make sure that that pH goes back to normal. But you see, if you ever been in a science class, when you are dealing with a buffer and you add too much of a base or alkaline, or you add too much of an acid, at first the buffer works, it's able to maintain its pH. But after adding so much concentration of a base or acid, the buffer is no longer able to buffer, right? It's the same thing with the human body or anything. When we eat too much alkaline forming food, we have we produce an alkaline environment. When we eat too much acid forming food, we produce an acid environment. Now, when I say the human body is mostly alkaline, that means that we should be eating an alkaline diet, because if we eat mostly acid forming food products, we end up changing the pH of certain parts of our body, making it more acidic. And when those parts of our body becomes more acidic, the enzymes in those areas would not be working appropriately anymore. So I read a little bit of the science. So let's say you're eating a food product that has a mixture of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. The digestive process begins in the mouth, right? The teeth is grinding the food and breaking down the food into smaller, simpler forms. That's part of the digestion process. And then the saliva, okay, the enzymes in the mouth, I think it's called amylase. It is used to digest the carbohydrate and maybe fats. So the fats and carbohydrates are being digested in the mouth. The protein is sitting there, being grounded up by the mechanical teeth. Now the food goes down into the stomach, and actually before the food goes down the stomach, the area in your mouth is actually alkaline. The alkaline environment in the mouth is what allows the digestive enzymes in the mouth to work. So the digestive enzymes in the mouth is actually alkaline enzymes. Now, when the food product goes into the stomach and interacts with the stomach acid, right? So the stomach area is acidic. Now, because the food product has a mixture of carbohydrates, fats, and protein, the acid environment deactivates the alkaline digestive enzymes. So now the fats and carbohydrates are not being digested. They've been paused. They're just sitting there. the proteins are being digested now. But that can be a problem because if the carbohydrates and fats are paused, if they're not being digested, they're just fermenting, they're just sitting there and they end up putrefying. This is what causes bloating, is when you eat a combination of food or food in different orders. It creates a pausing of the digestion, and the food ferments and putrefies and produces the gas. And that leads to bloating. The stomach acid activates the acidic digestive enzymes that are used to digest the proteins. And then when a food product enters the intestine area is actually alkaline. And then now the fats and carbohydrates are resumed in their digestion. The protein was mostly digested in the stomach, I believe, but it continues to be somewhat digested in the intestines. But basically, I'm illustrating this to let you know that different parts of the body have different pH that are used for activating and deactivating certain proteins and other materials in the body. And because the human body is mostly alkaline, that means besides the stomach, the rest of the body is generally alkaline. And so if we eat a lot of acid-forming food, it actually creates an environment that's more acidic, and then now different parts of the body does not function properly, and it causes a domino effect. When one part of the body doesn't work, it causes the other part of the body to not work, and another one to not work, and it ends up leading to a dysfunctional body, which is why we see a lot of inflammation or sickness and chronic illnesses. So inflammation is actually just the immune system acting, and that's not a bad thing. What is a bad thing is consistently being inflamed. And that happens because your blood and your organs are toxified. They are acidified. They're not alkalized. And so your immune system is not happy. And so it's acting up, but it's not like throwing a tantrum. It's acting up to help you heal, to remove those acid-forming products. Okay, so I should probably talk about a list of alkaline and acid items. For alkaline, food products can be cucumbers, bananas, apples, oranges, strawberries, watermelon, and lemon as well. Even though lemon is acidic, it is acid forming. And when I say acid forming lemons are acidic, but they're alkaline forming. What I mean by that is when it enters the body, the lemon helps contribute to an alkaline environment. For acid-forming food products, you see what most people eat and consume these days. Coffee is very acidic. It's also very acid-forming. And then soda, refined sugar, processed food, deep-fried food, meat, dairy. We are living in a society that is abundant, full of acid-forming food products. And then it is no wonder a lot of people are experiencing chronic illnesses because there's a lack of knowledge that human body is alkaline, and people are just left and right consuming acid-forming food products. Even the lotions we use, the detergents, the shampoo, skincare, cosmetics, makeup, if you look at your ingredients and you see a lot of chemicals and alcohol in there, that's disruptive to the alkaline environment. It is acid forming. So I don't understand the specifics or the science behind these about alkaline and acid. But what I do know is over time, after observing these things for a long time, I can see people who consume mostly a high alkaline diet are generally healthier and suffer less chronic illnesses than those who left and right, again, consume a lot of acid forming food products. And you can test this for yourself. Go on a 1 month, 30 days, just eating mostly alkaline food, mostly fruits or vegetable soup or whatever other alkaline food products you research about. This concept between alkaline and acid, just this concept alone and practicing it is enough to heal the body. It's enough to live a life free of chronic illnesses. It's that powerful. The human body is truly an alkaline body. We are an alkaline species. One thing I do every day is I drink lemon water. I know there used to be a trend about people drinking lemon water. It's really amazing. I did not get into it at the time, but now I'm getting into it. Lemon water is super alkaline. Just take an organic, raw-seeded natural lemon, chop it in half, and squeeze the half entirely into a cup of water and drink that cup of water. If you drink lemon water on an empty stomach, even better. And the more lemon water you drink, the better. And that would alkalize your body. And just make it your lifestyle. It's very simple to do. That's what I'm doing. Probably shouldn't have hit the microphone. Yeah, so I also drink celery juice, fruit smoothies, and I eat a lot of fruits. And a friend asked me, I think 2 days ago, George, your skin looks so soft. Like, what kind of skincare do you use? I told him, I don't use any skincare. I'm just trying to be minimalistic by cutting out things that are not natural for the body and trying to consume more alkaline. I still eat my chips. I still eat dairy. I still eat a lot of processed food. But I also incorporate a lot of alkaline. And I also reduce a lot of the acid. And I know how to detox and remove the poison from my body. That's how I'm able to keep mostly clean and healthy. So again, just that concept of alkaline versus acidity is practicing it is enough to heal a lot of chronic illnesses. I think that's everything I want to say. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone.